NCAA Women's College Lacrosse scores for Thursday, March 26, 2026. We had a few games, not a ton. We had Jacksonville in the non-conference match at Delaware. Delaware wins 14-13 over Jacksonville. Queen's University gets their first win of the season in the ASUN. They blow out Austin Peay at home in Charlotte, 19-4. Number 9 Michigan 12-6 over number 18 Denver. Denver affiliates with the Big East for women's and men's lacrosse, as the Sun League does not sponsor men's or women's lacrosse because not enough schools do men's or women's lacrosse. There are Sun League members. And then we had, in overtime, Stetson gets win number 2 this season with a 12-11 victory over Liberty. Number 3 Maryland defeats Johns Hopkins University. Number 6 Johns Hopkins University 15-12. Maryland did not get a goal in the entire fourth quarter of that game. But number 6 Johns Hopkins University did not get but they were down big though, by 8 though to start the fourth quarter. So therefore, they could afford to get up 5. Johns Hopkins is a Division III school in for most of their sports, but they affiliate with Division I for men's and women's lacrosse. In number 15 Boston College, they win 13-11 over number 2 Stanford, and they knock off Boston College. Is a solid team. We're in national tournament, the national championship tournament. We're in the deep in the tournaments, but now winning the national championships lately, in the last few seasons they have been, or making it to the finals, semifinals, finals, pretty far in this, but not this season. This season they've only 6-5, but they're still in the conversation if you go based off the teams. There's 24 teams that make the women's tournament because there's more teams that sponsor women's lacrosse than men's lacrosse. There's some schools that have women's lacrosse only, and I'm not sure if there's some schools that have men's lacrosse only, but typically all schools that have men's lacrosse have men's lacrosse. You have men, that it's not like men's hockey where there's some schools that don't have men's hockey programs, they only have women's hockey programs. And there's some schools, that have men's only hockey programs. But Boston College, they went 13 over Stanford, like I said. So Stanford is definitely going to fall out of the top of the pool. There's definitely going to be Army, Navy, Army. No, it's not Army, Navy. Navy's 11-0. And then Maryland, and then you have definitely North Carolina, they're going to fall. So definitely all the teams that are not ranked are ranked lower than the teams that lost a match, like Stanford and Notre Dame. They're still unbeaten, which I know the 4 unbeaten teams were going in this week were North Carolina was 1, Stanford was 2, Maryland was 3, and Navy was 4. So it's going to be Maryland 1, Navy 2 in the poll now. It should be, so we'll see on that. And then Oregon's got blown out by Ohio State 20-2.